Why is it that men that live with their mommies after the age of 50 think it's completely normal to have their figured wives move in with them and their mommy? What is the priority? Well, listen, if somebody's been living with their mother for 50 years and they just met a woman and they want to marry them, it's going to be very difficult for them to leave their mother's house because they met the woman now, and the woman now is a wonderful woman, or she seems wonderful, and they want to build a house with them. It doesn't mean that they're just going to abandon what they've been used to, accustomed to, and even enjoy until now. It's not especially at the age of 50, their mother's probably older. They don't want to leave her. She's probably a widow. So if a person is living with his mother still at the age of 50, most likely he's never going to leave his mother's house. And whoever wants to marry that person should expect that and not even try to get them to leave their mother's house, because it's an unreasonable request. If somebody's still living with their mother at the age of 50, that's part of the package. If you're coming in to try to change the package, that means you want a different package. You want a different person. A person that's living with their mother at the age of 50 is doing it as part of who they are. They have made a life decision that this is the best thing for them. Whether it is or it isn't the best thing for them, obviously you have to know the person to know whether it's the best thing for them or not. But for a woman to come in and think that they're going to change this person's life at this stage of their life is arrogant and inconsiderate. A person that's living with his mother for that long, it's unreasonable to ask them to leave their mother's house for many different reasons. And quite frankly, it's right for them to stay with their mother at this stage, because if they leave their mother's house at this stage of their life, number one, it's going to be a huge difficulty for their mother to adjust at such an age. Their mother's at least 75, 70, 80 years old. Very difficult for them to adjust. Number two is making their mom suffer this very difficult adjustment for a woman that he doesn't even know yet. He doesn't know if it's going to work out. So what if it doesn't work out with this new woman? Even if the new woman says, I want to marry you. Again, usually people don't get married after a week. Usually people, get to know each other for a little while, and he doesn't know if it's going to work out or not, and they're really going to be happily ever after, especially when people get married at that age. So for him to move out of his mother's house, I don't think it's a reality, and I think that any woman that meets a guy that still lives with his mother should, in essence, assume that this is what it is. If she's not interested in it, then she should not ask the person to go on a date with her, or accept an offer to go on a date with him. She should simply just say, not for me, and move on to somebody else. Just say, that's it. I can tell you the perspective of the Torah is that a woman should and a man should not leave their parents' house until they're married. So if a woman is looking at things from the perspective of the Torah, if, let's say, for example, the man is still living with his parents and he's single, he's technically doing the right thing according to the Torah. There's no reason for him to live by himself. It's a problem for him to live by himself. He can make more sins. On the other hand, a woman that's living by herself and she's not married, it is problematic according to the Torah. Why? Because that could lead to promiscuity. It could lead to problems against the Torah. She should still be living with her, in her father and her mother's house. But again, this is obviously we're talking to people that are, people that have done tshuva later on in their life, or people that did not know this until now. So, of course, there is a understanding of reality. But the point being is that just like we are expecting the world of Torah and, of course, HaKadosh Baruch Hu to understand our limited circumstances and our misdecisions and mistakes in life and accept our tshuva, we have to also be accepting and understanding of other people and their decisions, and not try to adjust the world to our liking. This is one of the primary problems in the world of relationships, especially marriages today, where people are looking for a partner based on, somebody that fits them. Meaning, I want, I'm gonna marry somebody that meets my criteria. A woman has a criteria, a man has a criteria. She has to be this tall, this short, this weight, this bank account, this color hair, this accent, this understanding, and she has also a list. He has to be this tall, this skinny, this fat, this family, this amount of knowledge, this job, this salary, this bank account, this understanding, and this is why people get divorced. Why? Because they're coming into a relationship based on a shopping list, like as if they're going into a supermarket to buy stuff. They're coming into a relationship looking for someone to fit their description and their needs. They're not coming into a relationship in order to fit somebody else's need. They're not coming into a relationship to give. They're coming into a relationship to take. I'll take it if he is that tall. I'll take it if he is that rich. I'll take it if he is that skill. I'll take it. Why? Because he meets my shopping list requirement. He meets my to-do list. I could put a check mark next to the to-do list. That's a to-do list that's bound to get a divorce or be miserable throughout their entire life. If a person wants to have a successful marriage, they have to go into a relationship with a priority of giving of yourself to help the other person, to help your partner in any way that you can, and not necessarily only looking to accept. And you say, oh, but what about me? Well, guess what? If all you focus on is giving, then guess what? A normal partner will reciprocate. They'll also give. So when you focus on taking, they also focus on taking. And guess what? Nobody has anything in the end. Everybody's miserable. Why? Because I want this, but you didn't give it to me. I want that, you didn't give it to me though. Yeah, but I want that, you didn't give it to me. But I want that, you didn't give it to me. So what happens? They fight about what this one didn't give the other. And nobody gives anybody anything, except once they don't have a choice or they simply just have had it to fighting and they just give whatever they take. But that's a miserable life. You want to have a happy life? You have to focus. Priority number 1, 2, and 3 is give. Give of yourself. That means that if you have something that you want to do, but your husband wants to do something else. You want to sit on the couch and watch a movie. Your husband wants to go learn Torah. Or he wants to, watch a Shiur Torah. Or he wants to go walk outside. Go. Unless he wants to do something bad, go with him. Yeah, but I want to just, I want to watch, I know you want to watch. But if you want a happy life, you're not going to fight for everything that you want. And that's the problem. People are fighting constantly for what they want. They look at relationship like a shopping list. And very rarely do people think of relationship as an opportunity to give, constantly give. If you look at any successful relationship, you'll see people that are giving constantly, but also receiving. But they receive without asking. Why they receive without asking? Because they're so focused on giving that there's no time to ask. So how do they get what they want? Because when you are with a normal, decent human being, and you're giving that normal, decent human being, then guess what? They're naturally going to want to give it back. They want to give you more. They want to give you of themselves. But you have to have the right perspective of relationships. If you're coming into a relationship looking to change the person, their wardrobe, their house, their ideas, their look, that means you want somebody else. That means you want somebody else, and you have to, find somebody else. But if you're going into a relationship where you are looking at it as, how can I meet his needs? Not just the sensual needs, not just the financial needs, not just the boredom needs, but life. There's certain things that a person finds really, really important. It's really important to them. And if you also view it important, not because you like it, Not because you even agree it's important, but it's important for you. Because it's important to them, that means that you are giving. But if it's only important to you because you agree that it's important, then that means you're not giving. That means that you're still living a shopping list life. So it's important for a person to know if they want to succeed in relationships, give. Give and give. And if you want rule number 4, I'll even give you rule number 4. Since I give you 3 for the same price, I'm going to give you rule number 4. Rule number 4 is, don't forget the first 3 rules. Give, give, give. You do that, you're going to be a happy person.
אני מברך את הרבנים, הרב ירון, ראובן, הרב אפרים כחלון, ראשי ארגון בעזרת השם, שהלכו בפי עליון, שעלו מעלה מעלה, יהיה להם ברכה והצלחה, הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא בישרדות ליבם לטובה ולברכה, שבכל אשר יפנו ישכילו ויצליחו, יזכו עוד לעשות כאלה וכאלה, רדינו תורה לאדירה, אמן ואמן. אני מברך את הרבנים, הרב ירון, ראובן, הרב אפרים, כחלון, ראשי ארגון בעזרת השם, שהלכו בפי עליון, שעלו מעלה מעלה, יהיה להם ברכה והצלחה. הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא בישרדות ליבם לטובה ולברכה. שבכל מה שיפנו ישכילו ויצליחו. יזכו לעשות כאלה וכאלה. הודיעו תורה לאדירה, אמן ואמן.